Well, there's little princess. She stole my chair again. She always does. And I want to talk a little bit about this reishi mushroom, red reishi mushroom. But first, I want to say her progress has been outstanding with this Colostrum LD by Sovereign Labs, and I've also been spraying some of this Virulux on her fur. She's in great shape, doing very well, little girl. Anyway, I picked this up off of Amazon, and I did not really know much about it. It's amazing that I did not know anything about red reishi mushrooms, despite reading for like 25 years extensively on minerals, herbs, and vitamins, what they do. And I've read so many books on them. I got doctors' books about what different herbs and vitamins do, and minerals and trace minerals, and you name it. And I never even heard of this stuff. I mean, I heard of like a mushroom blend. I know there's a mushroom blend in my Nature's Way Alive Whole Food and Energizer natural vitamins. But this is one of the best ones you can buy. It's been known as the mushroom of immortality, particularly the Red Reishi brand. And I think this is a good supplement, even in its capsule form. It's concentrated. But what I'm going to do in the future is I want to buy the bags of reishi concentrated, already chopped up. And actually, probably one of the best ways actually is to just buy the whole mushrooms and chop it up yourself. In a way, I'm going to take it, instead of taking it in a powdered form, I'm going to go ahead and make a tea out of it. And it's like very difficult to find this information out, because a lot of times they'll tell you the information within a long presentation, or you have to read through a lot of different things and all of a sudden you find something. Or there's various people talking about this stuff that have not really used it for their personal benefit for something problematic. I did see something on YouTube. There were a guy, it was an older guy, he was 80, when he was 86 when he was diagnosed with cancer all over his entire body. And he had cancer everywhere, I mean, you name it. And didn't expect him to live very long. He started taking the red reishi mushroom, and a woman at the counter said, do not take the pill form or the capsules with the powder dry. You want to make a tea, you want to get the whole root, chop up the root, make a tea out of it. She says you can take this whole bottle and it's not going to knock out your cancer. That's what she said to him. I don't know how true this is, but I've kind of picked it up in other areas too, that the same spiel was given. And it makes sense, but there's something released in the hot water that is not, you will not get absorbed in your digestive system. Like, in other words, something's released in the hot water and then you can digest it and it actually gets into your system. And these properties that boost your immune system and knock out problems and viruses or whatever the hell it is better addressed when you're using a red reishi tea that you make yourself. So in the future, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get like a bag of red reishi mushroom that is already concentrated. Basically it's a powder, but it's from the mushrooms, and it's already ground up. And I'm going to put it in hot water and put it in a little blender and drink it. I'm going to do it that way instead in the future, instead of doing it this way. I have picked that up in other talks, and it's like you got to go through a whole, either you got to read something that is very long, and there'll be one sentence in there about doing that. Some people do this, but then I'm seeing that there's a lot more potency involved when you make a tea out of it versus just taking it powdered dry or the mushroom whole. So kind of makes sense, I guess, but there's something that is actually released in the hot water that is not otherwise released. If you just, in other words, your body will not absorb all the full benefits of the red reishi just taking the powder or just taking the mushroom itself. Another thing they said was that you want to take a bunch of small doses during the day instead of one large dose. And also you want to be consistent. In other words, take it daily in a lot of small doses, and do not just take one big dose a day or just continue it for a couple weeks and then stop. You want to be consistent and do small doses. So you can actually do maybe a smaller overall dose for the day as long as you're consistent and you keep it up. And there's actually, I'm assuming there's a real reason they call it the mushroom of immortality. The other thing is that in China, this was only available to the emperors at one time, and it wasn't until many years later that the Japanese found a way to, found a way to cultivate the red reishi mushroom out of its normal place where it grew, because there's actually only one place in China in the mountains that this stuff grew, and it was like very rare to have it. Now it's available everywhere, as long as you know how to cultivate it. There's a method of cultivating it the Japanese have figured out, and so you can get it pretty easy. You can go online and get it. But I'm gonna, like I said, in the future, I'm gonna make a tea out of it. And I probably should have named my cat Gold Digger Audrey. But boy, she likes to take over everything. As a matter of fact, I almost sat on her yesterday when I was like, I got up, she was off the chair, and I went to sit down, and she was practically running under my butt. I was like, cat, she made me laugh. I said, boy, are you insistent? Are you insistent? Nearly, she's something else. But you can see her wagging her tail there a little bit. Sweet dreams, little boo-boo. Anyway, yeah, she's doing good. She never used to lay on her side like that because her skin was bothering her. She's got like one little spot right here, and I've been spraying that with this because it's like a souped up concentrated colostrum with something in it. And actually, that's not a, it's just like a slight scab under there that's going away, but everything else on her is good to go. This is actually the best she's ever been. That's this stuff. You know, I don't know about giving red reishi mushrooms to cats, but I know you can give them the colostrum. And but you know, this really is a video about the red reishi mushroom, and you know, it's got so many uses for it. It's you know, there's a lot of videos out there, but none of the videos are really saying about making it into a tea. You can find that information if you really dig. But when you make it into a tea, or you chop up the mushroom, and you go ahead and or take the mushroom powder, you know, where it's already chopped up, and you put it in hot water, you stir it up, it makes it more bioavailable. In other words, your body's going to absorb all the good stuff and that a lot better. That it's not like it's making it stronger, it's just making it so your body can actually take in really what's in that stuff. If you just take the powder, it doesn't work as good. And you know, that testimony from that 86-year-old when he had cancer all over his body, and he was 91 5 years later, and he's playing golf, he's all healed up. He was using this, but not like this. He was making the tea. He was getting the whole root, chopping it up himself, and that's what he was told to do, and obviously it worked. So, all right, Princess, she's a sweet girl, man. She really is. She kind of cracks me up, though. I mean, to tell you the truth, she's like, girl cats are different from boy cats. She's the most, she really, like, I don't know, she really knows how to freaking, you know, be manipulative, that's for sure. Anyway, right? Guess you could be Gold Digger, but I called you that, just that's a pet name, okay? You could have been Audrey, too. Right, sweetheart? Look at that tail. She's moving her tail. You like it, don't you? You happy as hell over here, aren't you? Freaking. Anyway. Oh, you know what I'm going to be doing in the future? I want to get bags of this stuff. And I'm going to make like shakers. Like, you know, you have like turmeric shaker like this. And I'll, you know, put a cover over this so the light doesn't get at it. And this way I can sprinkle some of it on their food, because all my kitty cats are going to start getting this stuff. This stuff is amazing. So maybe I'll have 50-year-old cats or something. Right? You got a little tail. She's moving her tail. Oh, you said wow, huh? Get the light shine on your face, huh? Alright, good night, little Audrey, Gold Digger, whatever your name is. Sweetheart. I tell you, she never slept like this before because her skin was bothering her. Now she's like all comfortable. Ooh, man. But that's the colostrum, not the red reishi mushroom. But I figured I'd mention that in there. But that's, this stuff, I think it really could be a super miracle. It's like people are not taking it in the most bioavailable way. It's simple. Just stick it in hot water, you know, chop it up, or use the powder, stick it in hot water, stir it up, let stuff really, you know, you permeate it through the water, and then drink it, and you'll get it directly in your system, all the good stuff that's in there, which is a million different things, right? Okay, good night. Turn the camera off now, okay? Good night. Meow meow.